In the skies above Talaran, fight the Empire for control of the Tabana gas platforms. But be careful not to harm the civilian operations there.
Talaran, Tabana, gas forms. They could just make up whatever words they want, can't they? Original universe doesn't have to relate to anything. Hey guys, welcome back to some Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Yeah, we came back to this one. How about that? Well, like I promised, I wanted to tell you guys what I thought of Rogue One. So since the last time I played this game on the channel, I saw Rogue One, and I have a lot of thoughts. But first we're going to open up this mission. Spoiler alert though, I really freaking liked it. Oh, okay, so we got the title crawl. That's something that you would not have seen in Rogue One, because they didn't do the title crawl. Wow, when I see how slow the title crawl is, though, I didn't really miss it. Chapter 3, The New Threat. With the rescue of Wedge Antilles and Rogue Squadron at full strength, the Rebel Alliance turns its attention to a new Imperial threat, Moff Cole Searden. Okay. Is Moff like a word for... No, is that like a word for general? Preparing to capture Thifera with its precious supply of healing Bacta, Searden is now consolidating his power for a massive attack. His success could very well break the fledgling rebellion and surely doom the galaxy to Imperial rule. Luke Skywalker and Rogue Squadron are assigned to disrupt his operations with swift hit-and-run missions against key targets such as the Imperial mining operation near Talaran. So Talaran, it's kind of like, you know, it's like Cloud City. It's like a, you know, it's like gas planet kind of thing. Okay, exciting. Yeah, so as I probably said in the little title crawl thing, I'm going to be spoiling all kinds of Star Wars going into this. All kinds of Rogue One, specifically. I'm assuming you saw the other movies. Every Star Wars movie up through Rogue One, I'll be spoiling. But we're back in A-Wings, guys. So this is going to be me bouncing between paying attention to the game and talking about Rogue One. I hope that's alright with you.
Talaran, it's a beauty.
Unfortunately, the Imperials own it. They harvest the Tabana gas to use in their weapons. It increases their firepower. They process and store it on these floating platforms.
There are civilians down there too, so make sure what you're shooting at is Imperial. We're here to take out their Tabana gas supplies and do whatever damage we can to the local TIE fighter squadron.
Huh. Now I know what it's like to be on the other side of one of these little raids.
Yeah, what do you think of that, Kaysen? How do you like being on the winners for once?
It's the Tabana gas. Calibrate 7 Mach 9.
Okay, so the name of the game is Destroy the ones with the little Imperial symbols on them, but not the ones with the blue rings. And should be good from there. Yeah, so just a little... Like they said, it's a hit and run. The rebels are going to be little punks now and, you know, destroy all the Imperials' stuff when they're not looking. Something about healing gases and Bacta, and oh, there's little canisters up there, too. Back with the A-Wings, back with the super zippy A-Wings, but I'm kind of happy for it. I'm ready. I'm ready to handle one of these again. There we go. So, let's talk about Rogue One. I really liked it. It's one of 4 movies that I saw in quick succession in theaters, and I don't know, it might have been my favorite, but it was also like a very flawed movie. Whoa. Okay, forgot which way I was trying to turn for a second there, but oh, I forgot how powerful the A-Wings lasers were. There weren't many A-Wings, at least not that I could see in Rogue One. I think the A-Wings might be newer models, like the time that Rogue Squadron takes place might be around the time that A-Wings first hit the production line. Because you can see X-Wings and Y-Wings in the background. But I can now say Rogue Squadron was actually a terrible game to play in preparation for Rogue One because they had nothing to do with each other. Rogue Squadron is all about being a flying ace, and there was barely any flying in Rogue One. It was all ground missions, as I suspected, but lots of cool Star Wars stuff. There were lots of A-Wings and... Or, not A-Wings, there were lots of AT-ATs and AT-STs and all that, and TIE fighters. Cool Imperial stuff. I like the characters, I just wish I got to know more about them. So, I'm hoping you saw it already. People are... The, like, thing people are saying, like, the one-sentence summary is... Yeah, I gotta get the turrets, not the blue canisters. The one-sentence summary people have been giving it is the entire movie is worth it for the last 5 minutes. And that's true. I would say the entire movie is worth it for the last 30 minutes. Just the entire, once they actually went onto that one planet to steal the files, that entire battle scene and everything that took place on that planet up through the end of the movie was amazing. Whoa, something huge just exploded. That must be my wingmen doing that. Wow, there's all kinds of dogfights happening around me and I'm barely paying attention. Yeah, the shields are a little weak. Up until that, it was actually kind of boring and flawed. One, you know, I don't blame them for having to go to all these different planets to set up the story, but it was confusing. It is hard to get any of the names straight. I had to do some research on my own to memorize most of their names, but Jyn Erso and oh wow, I'm already forgetting the name of the main guy. Cassian, Bodhi, Chirrut, Baze, and K2SO. Is that the right combination of letters? That was the team. I like them as a team, but like, maybe I'm just spoiled by Marvel movies. We didn't really get to know any of them.
I'm beginning to see why they say you're the best.
Like, even, you know, Jyn Erso, strong female protagonists, etc., etc., and that's great that they're having strong female protagonists, but, like, what are her character traits? I don't know. We never got much of a sense of who she was. That character really could have been anybody. Her value to the story was that she was the daughter of that guy who worked on the Death Star. That was her main contribution. Besides that, though, like, her personality, they were saying in pre-production and everything of, like, oh, she's really rebellious, she's tough, she's, I'm just noticing that everything on there is Imperials, which is probably why they have so many turrets guarding it. Yeah, just, I don't know, Jyn just kind of did whatever the plot needed her to do.
I've got a problem here.
Kaysen's got a problem. We all got problems. There we go. Using some missiles, but it's not enough. It's not enough to really fend off these things. Yikes. Okay, hit and run. But they were all cool, is the thing. They were all cool characters, but we didn't know them. Like, maybe they're saving it for, like, additional comics and stuff like that, but Chirrut and Baze, like, there's a story there. I really like them. I really liked, you know, another person to add into the pantheon of awesome blind people, and just his story seemed really cool. He, like, wasn't a Jedi per se, though he definitely had Force sensitivity. He definitely was using the Force to see what was around him. But, like, okay, so I get it. He's, like, guarding this Jedi temple because he's one with the Force, and the Force is with him. But why was Baze there?
Excellent work.
I know why probably Baze was there, because... Okay, so I thought they were brothers, but after looking at it, they have different last names, according to the wiki. The Star Wars wiki only refers to them as partners. Does that make them, like, the new first canon gay couple in Star Wars? Because I'm all for that, that's great, but then that's also, you know, yay, representation, except they didn't actually represent that anywhere in the movie. And it could just mean that they're, like, battle partners, but there's a story there. Like, Baze obviously didn't believe in the Force. He was just this big, dozy gunner, who thought that the Force was all hocus, so, like, why does he stay there with Chirrut? I guess the obvious answer now would be because they're in love, but nothing really pointed to that in the movie. So, I mean, I don't know if comics are going to expand upon it, but I guess we'll never really learn because they're dead. They're all dead, but oh man, all their deaths were so great. So at what point did you realize that they were all going to die? For me, it was pretty much as soon as the space gate closed. I thought maybe one of them survived. I thought maybe Bodhi would be the one to, like, get out and tell them to tell their story, but then that grenade landed in his ship, and it was like, nope, Bodhi's pretty dead. So, man, I really like Bodhi. He was, like, the scared one. There was there's weird filler. I feel like other movies are better at giving you a lot of information quicker. Nostalgia Critic made the whole joke of, like, what was the point of the octopus thing, the mind reader thing? Like, sure, it messed Bodhi up, but that didn't really have any consequences on his character later down the line. So, like, I don't know, it was just this weird moment where they're showing you a big octopus heading towards Bodhi, and that's, like, how they interrogated him, but it didn't do anything for the plot. And, I mean, I like my plot structures clean, I guess. I don't know. It's time that could have been spent, like, explaining why Cassian has this fatherly protectiveness over Jin, because I never really understood that either. But yeah, it's cool to see lots of people defecting from the Imperials. Oh! Aw, man, good shot, man. You got a long way to fall if you fall out of your ship there. Okay, we're gonna have to try this again and be a little bit more careful. I'll skip ahead, though. Alright, 1 life down and about halfway through the level. I know somewhere around here, I think it's after the next set, I, like, passed by a huge wave of TIE fighters. So yeah, basically everything in the first half of the movie felt really stock, somehow both rushed and slow at the same time. You know, one of those just, like, nothing... Yeah, I know, they're civilian stuff, okay. Just, like, nothing really interesting told to us, but after that, it just really gets rolling. Pretty much everything after Jin's father dies, or... No, everything after they leave the planet. It was great to see, you know, continuity for the nerds. Mon Mothma and, I forget his name, but the one guy who was in the original movie, the one guy at the Rebel base with the long white beard, who in this movie was played by freaking Barristan Selmy from Game of Thrones. Oh, jeez. Fine, I'll just crash my whole ship into your gas canisters, why don't I? This is harder than I remember it being. A lot harder. Here we go. Yeah, just a lot of fire, and those weird red ships with the 2 compartments that I never understand who drives those things. Probably the one on the driver's side, but I don't know, is the driver's side the same in Talaran as it is in America, or is it more like European? I left some of the turrets there, but that's alright. Okay, there's gonna be a crap ton of TIE fighters, like an entire, like, Spanish armada of TIE fighters soon. Yep, there they go. I'm letting them all fly overhead. Okay, oh, wow, look at this. Would you look at this?
My squadron started at once for a possible Imperial takeover. Too small, though.
Okay. Got a little bit too much momentum there, barreling through the clouds there.
Skywalker, what are you doing?
And I liked just how connected it seemed with Star Wars A New Hope. There were all kinds of little nods. Some of them were a little bit gratuitous, like the fact that I cracked up at the one when they're on the one planet where the last Jedi temple is, and Jin and Cassian, like, bump into these two, and it's the freaking 2 guys from the cantina who pick on Luke at the bar.
I can tell you one thing, Luke. The officer on duty is not going to enjoy explaining this damage to the local Moth.
He may not live to tell about it. Moff Searden is notoriously unforgiving.
Yeah, Moff Searden. That's gonna be our main antagonist for the game, actually, now that we're towards the end. So yeah, I got a nice bronze medal for that. I probably could have died less, or destroyed more TIE fighters. That's what I had to do. I had to just destroy more TIE fighters. Okay. You can always destroy more TIE fighters.
During the Talaran operation, a team of rebel commandos stole several AT-ATs from an Imperial base on Fest. Unfortunately, their escape did not proceed as well as they expected.
Alright, so this is the one where I gotta protect some AT-ATs, and I get to be in the speeder again. That's cool. Yeah, all the action scenes were like cool Star Wars stuff.
When you reach your destination, you'll find an Imperial research facility from which a team of rebel commandos are attempting to liberate a squad of AT-ATs.
Oh, there they go.
Their escape has become compromised, and we need your help to get them out of there. The speeders and tow cables will help you with any walkers you may find. Good luck.
See, everybody's defecting from the Empire. Riken defected, Case and Moore defected, Jyn Erso's dad didn't really want to be there in the first place.
Rogue 9 standing by. Rogue 10 standing by.
Oh, they're doing the roll call. There we go. And get out of here. Alright, so we gotta protect AT-ATs.
Looks like we'll need to clear a path for him.
Looks like we'll need to get rid of this walker first.
Firepower on that gate. Everyone else is with me. We're going after the walker. Activate harpoon.
Alright, going after the walkers. Even though like some of the little nods, like I'm glad R2-D2 and C-3PO were in the movie, but it was a really hokey moment, just like, oh, why doesn't anybody tell us anything? Like, even though some of those nods I thought were a little unnecessary, some of them I thought was great. I almost cried when we were with Bail Organa, and Mon Mothma was like, you need to find somebody... First of all, he said, I'm going to contact Obi-Wan Kenobi, my old Jedi friend, and we'll, send the files to him. And that really ties everything together of why the files would be sent to, why Leia would send R2 with the plans to Obi-Wan Kenobi, of all people. That just really ties together the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy for me, really. That's all it took. Because Bail, Organa, and Obi-Wan did know each other, and they each took one of Vader's kids. But then when they're like, okay, you're gonna need... He says, I'm going back to my people in Alderaan to tell them that peace will not be coming, which pretty much confirms, if you didn't realize it already, that Bail Organa dies when Alderaan gets blown up. Oh, well, what can you expect? And then they were like, you'll have to send...
Gate is down. Repeat, the gate is down.
Great. You'll have to send somebody you trust. And he's like, oh, I would trust her with my life. And that, like, made me cry. Obviously, talking about Leia, his surrogate daughter. So that was great. I really appreciated that. Gotta take out this AT-AT before he... Aw, man. Okay, so I guess I really should have... I guess I should be taking out the walker before they get past the gate. Okay. I had to be more proactive. I had to take out that walker before they go past the gate. Okay. That's fine. Speaking of Princess Leia, yeah, it's gonna be hard to talk about this movie now without also talking about Carrie Fisher. God bless her. She's gone. And so is her mom. Wow, that's so sad. Like, a star from Star Wars and a star from Singing in the Rain, two very famous people. So, well, people can tell that story about who they were better than I can, so I won't really go into it, but Carrie Fisher, you'll be missed. I know it's a little rotten for me to... I mean, I'm ashamed to admit that the reason why I'm most upset is because, this might mess up the Star Wars movies, but apparently all of her stuff was already filmed for Episode 8, and, so it's really just Episode 9 that's gonna be, an issue, but... They'll figure it out, but really it's just sad because, I don't know, she was a great figure. I'm learning a lot more about her now that she died and I'm reading about her. She was... I'm afraid that she didn't really like being Princess Leia, so supposedly she went for the audition and she had read the script and she really liked the script. She was one of the few people back then in the original Star Wars to really think it was a smart script and that it was a good role for her, and Princess Leia was a great role. She was, at the time considered... Princess Leia is a real, strong female character. Not... Honestly, I would say better than Rey and better than Jyn, because Leia has personality. She's gritty. She doesn't let people save her. She really doesn't like people saving her. but it kind of ruined her career, being Princess Leia. She wouldn't really get cast much after that because people wouldn't be able to see her as anything besides Princess Leia. And that's unfortunate. But, you know, she was great. Now I don't know if we're ever going to get to see her Force powers manifest anymore, because she must have them, because she's a Skywalker. Yoda said there is another Skywalker, and, you know, kind of implied that she was Force sensitive. I want to see Leia's Jedi powers. But they'll figure that out. She was only 60. She was taken from us far too early. Also a great benefactor, doing a lot of good for the world of mental illness, or not for mental. You know what? She's done a lot of talks about it because she suffered from bipolar disorder. She even got electrical shock therapy for it, but really just had a lot of speeches about, you know, understanding mental illness and accepting people and being able to help them. Because, man, she had a lot of like substance abuse and stuff before she finally got herself sorted out, but she did get herself sorted out, and that's great. Like, Carrie Fisher was a strong person. I was reading. What? Do I have to destroy every one of these stupid little tanks? What? That's not really what I'm good at. I take care of walkers. I'm in a speeder, man. Okay, the gate is down. Gotta watch out for little tanks. Gotta watch out for crappy little tanks that shoot these guys up because they can't fend for themselves. And stormtroopers. Yeah, these things. They're kind of hard to kill. Yeah, they really take a lot of hits. Jeez. Yeah, I guess that's my main opposition here. It does make it really weird seeing, oh no, I guess they're just turrets. They're tiny turrets. Tiny tanks. What's up here? Oh, it's another AT-AT. I guess I should take care of this one too. It was really surreal. It was really surreal seeing Leia at the end of the movie now because of, you know, because of while she's gone. I saw it before she was gone, but, you know, especially because it's computer animated. Stupid little butt cracks shooting at me while I'm trying to rope up an AT-AT. What? Wow. This is freaking impossible. So I guess then we should also talk about that that CGI that was happening there with Princess Leia and with Tarkin. I guess with two such big characters, they didn't want to fake it with new actors like they did with Mon Mothma or that other guy whose name I forget. But, you know, they really wanted to keep up the illusion that this was the next part of that same movie. So they used CGI actors for Princess Leia because Carrie Fisher was too old, and for, like, they really wanted her to look as young as she did in the original, and for Tarkin because Tarkin, his actor is no longer with us. I forget that actor's name. The CGI is pretty good. It's pretty impressive, but it's for me, it was still in the uncanny valley. It was a little freaky, especially around Tarkin's eyes. Like the Nostalgia Critic said, Leia looked good from certain angles, and then all of a sudden she, like, didn't look as good. I do not know what to attack at this part. I guess just whatever I can. Take out that big turret. There we go. And turn around and take care of some of these little targets. It's the little things. For some reason, the little things are harder to destroy, and I still don't understand why. Fighters. I don't have time to fight fighters. Are you seeing how hard those things are to take out? Man. Die. Okay. But I mean, it was great to see Tarkin acknowledged. You know, Tarkin was always a favorite character of mine in the extended lore. I really like meeting young Tarkin in Star Wars The Clone Wars. So, it was cool to see him in all of his glory. He's such a, like, nerd classic part of the original movie.
AT-ATs have been destroyed. Repeat, the AT-ATs have been destroyed.
Okay, these little things should not have that much firepower. This sucks. Die, 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 die! What are those? I don't remember them from the movie. They're really good. If the Empire had more of those, we'd be set. Oh man, they're ripping them apart.
Fighters at 2-7. I copy.
Jeez. I'm trying as hard as I possibly can. Okay, if I stay lower to the ground, this works a lot better. Die, and die. Okay, and now there's bombers. Now there's bombers to worry about. Yikes. Okay, get back. Get back over there to where the bombers are. Oh man, there's not many of them left, and there's more tanks. Oh!
The AT-ATs have been destroyed.
What?
The AT-ATs have been destroyed.
Huh, look at all these. Are my teammates even doing anything? What are they doing? Hopefully they're taking out the bombers, because I don't have time for it. I had to kill a million stupid little tanks. Why did they have to steal AT-ATs? They should have stolen one of those little tanks. Okay, this is the best I've done so far. So far, this has been my best run. Die. This is feeling as hopeless as the ending of Rogue One. So how about Darth Vader, though, huh? This movie kind of reminds us all how cool Darth Vader is, with the coolest Darth Vader scene of all time. This is like as cool as they try to make him in Force Unleashed, but in an actual movie. That ending scene, you know, they promised us Darth Vader, and it seemed like the only Darth Vader we were actually going to get was, like, him talking for one scene, but then no, we get to see him doing all of his awesome Force powers. Ah, that was great. It was so scary, too. He was terrifying.
I'm on it.
Yeah, enemy fighters. There's more tank, more little beepy turrets. Also just the idea of, like, they go to, like, Darth Vader's little pad, and it's on Mustafar, where Anakin and Obi-Wan had their final battle. Well, no, their final battle is in A New Hope, but where, you know, the last place Obi-Wan and Anakin saw each other, and he has freaking a castle overlooking the spot where he was defeated by Obi-Wan, like where he got burnt alive and truly stopped being Anakin. I guess that he could just look at that one lava ridge and be like, yeah, you won that fight, Obi-Wan, but I own this planet now. And he, you know, can angst and hang out in his little bath. Looking at my sound levels here, they seem a little bit dangerous. What? I was nowhere near that. No, don't game over me. I was nowhere near that. No, I had this. Guys, I had this. No. Okay, alright, I think I've cleared this area all out. I think this should be good. I think they're gonna make it now. Oh, nope, I see you there. I see you there. Get away, get away. I only have one left. You gotta get away. You gotta get away. Don't you drop those bombs. There. Nope, two more. Two more coming from behind. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Where are you? Where are you? Stop it. Stop it. Ah, jeez. Okay. Am I good yet? Am I good? Come on. You can make it. You can make it, little tugboat. You can make it, little tugboat. Hopefully that's it. Hopefully he can just stop here and we can call it a day. So in closing, Rogue One turns out to be really good.
AT-ATs have reached the landing zone. Repeat, the AT-ATs have reached the landing zone.
Well, the AT-AT.
Now let's go back and take care of that research facility.
Okay, we gotta take care of a research facility now? Man, haven't I done enough? How many lives do I have left? Well, guess I'll just do that. They have a shield up. Do I have to destroy that shield generator that's over there? I'm pretty sure I do. I'm pretty sure I should take care of the shield generator. You know, this one that was being guarded by those two turrets over here. Right? Right? Wait, no, where even is it? Where'd it go? Okay, no, it's on the other side of the gate. Over here, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Come on, come on. There we go. Shield is down. I don't want to take it... Okay, hopefully those missile launchers will just die. Hopefully they'll just die really easily. Death Star was really cool. I found it really interesting in the movie how... Okay, so Force Awakens did this thing where it brought out what was basically the new Death Star and tried to, like, recapture / up the ante of the original Death Star by, instead of blowing up one planet, which is Alderaan, they blew up an entire, like, system. They blew up, like, 5 planets. And didn't that, like, I don't know, didn't that just kind of seem silly? Did it seem silly to anybody else? I thought it seemed kind of silly. Or I was just kind of like, where did the New Order get that? And I don't know, I had trouble taking it seriously. This, now it makes sense because it's a prequel to the original Star Wars, and the point where... Oh, maybe I should take... Yeah, maybe I should blow up those little houses. A prequel to the first Star Wars and where Alderaan was, and we know that the Death Star shouldn't be powerful enough to destroy a planet. Alderaan should be the first planet it destroys, but instead we get to see tests, and instead of trying to go bigger than the original Death Star, it goes closer, and I just vaporized that whole building. But instead it zooms in and we get to see the actual effects of a Death Star and the entire land tidal waving over you.
Would have been used by Moff Searden, the local Imperial governor. We believe he's consolidating his forces for an attack on our Bacta supplies.
But without Bacta, our medical supplies are useless.
I know, Wedge. We're watching him closely. Good work. Now head back to base.
Wow, we gotta protect our Bacta, guys. Bacta is really important for healing processes. Okay, that is enough of that. Yeah, really liked Rogue One. Glad I could tell you a little bit about it and what I liked about it. And hope you enjoyed watching me escape from Fest? That's a silly name for a planet. Your planet is silly. So, I don't know, we might come back and deal with Chandrilla here, but in the meantime, I'm gonna get back to some of my other projects. So, until then, may the Force be with you. Be one with the Force is with you. Comic Foil signing out. Oh, and yeah, in case it wasn't clear, I really liked Rogue One. It was messy, doesn't follow plot structure very well, like... The entire thing is just kind of set up for the third act, but the third act is really, really good, so there you go. I recommend it. Except you shouldn't have been watching this if you haven't seen it yet, because it's full of spoilers. Get out of here. Got a bad feeling about this. K2SO is best character, also, by the way. He's like a passive-aggressive C-3PO, it's great.